Assalamualaikum guys, my name is Fatma Kamran and I am going to teach you how to do scheduling of a construction of a house in Primavera P6. So let's see how it is done. Firstly, we will make the WBS of the project. The first thing we add in the WBS is the initial planning. Then we will add the substructure works in which foundation works come. So now as these activities in the superstructure works have been added, the ground floor, first floor and mumty, now we will move to adding the finishing works. So let's see what comes under the finishing works. In finishing works, we will add plaster work, paint work, wood work, flooring and UPVC works and steel works. Then the project close out. So here you can see the WBS in the flowchart form. And this is the level 1 in which the construction of a house is written, then that the level 2 in which initial planning, substructure works, superstructure works, finishing works and project closeout. Then there is level 3, for example, there is site acquisition, foundation works and ground floor and plaster works. Now we will move towards adding activities and giving them durations and adding relationships and how you can do the schedule. So let's see how we add the activities. Now we will see how can we edit the columns. This is the duration column, that is the original duration, then plan start and plan finish. Now we will right click and go to the columns, and here we will search whatever columns we require. For example, now I need the actual duration column, so I will search actual duration, and here comes all the durations. So I'll click on the actual duration, then on the right arrow, and now I will place the column location whichever I require it at last. So I will just move the downward arrow and it will come. Now I need the actual finish and actual start column, and I will search that and I will move that also in the required place. So now as both actual start and actual finish have been placed, I will press the OK button and just see all the required columns have been showing here. Now we can see the status of it here. If the activity has started on its time, we add the date over here. If it has finished on time, we add the date here, or whatever the actual durations or actual dates are. In general, we have calendar or general information about that. Then predecessor, successor and relationships. In relationships, we add the relations, finish to start, start to start, or finish to finish, whatever the relationship our activity has between them. Two activities or three activities have in between them. So now we will start adding activities. The first activity would obviously be site survey of the house. Here we can add the duration of the activity. Site survey will obviously for 1 day, so it's 1 day. And then the next activity, we just click the right button and add activity. Next would be site demarcation by the authorities, so that has been also added. So now all the activities have been added in the initial planning. Now we will add activities in foundation work, in substructure works and then foundation works. The first activity would be excavation, then there is compaction. After compaction there is more activities that are steel fixing of the foundation, that is a lean concrete, then steel fixing of the foundation, and then the shuttering. And now we will be adding duration to it. The concrete pouring duration will be only 1 day, compaction can take 2 days, excavation will take 3 days, and lean concrete only 1 day, and steel fixing will take like up to 2 days, or maybe 1 day. So that is how we have done this. Now I will add activities in the superstructure works, ground floor, first floor, mumty and all that. So I will come back after adding all the activities. So now, as all the activities have been added, you can see in ground floor and first floor I have added all the activities like brickwork and then beam shuttering and beam steel fixing, column shuttering, slab pouring, curing, removal of shuttering. So all these activities would be same for first floor and Mumty as well. Then finishing works in this MEP works, plaster works, flooring, paint work and all that. And I have added durations as well according to the quantity of the work. UPVC work has been added, steel works and all the works that are necessary. So I have added some actual durations as well to make the project look like an actual project, and I have added some actual start and actual finish as well to give you guys an idea that if we change the actual start and actual finish, on site conditions are changed, then our actual duration changes as well. Now I will show you how to assign predecessor to the activities. So see, we will click on the activity of which we need to change the predecessor or we need to assign the predecessor, and then the column that the command bar that opens up, in that we can select the activity that is the predecessor or that which is the successor of the activity. So on the right side there is an button of cross and plus, and by clicking on the cross we can delete the precedence activity that has been added previously, and by clicking on the plus button we can add the precedence activity of the activity. So now, as I have told you guys how to add the precedence activity or the successor activity, in the status bar we can add or change if the actual duration has been changed, actual start or actual finish. If our activity has started 2 days earlier, we can change the date in the actual start, and if our activity has delayed by 2 days or 3 days, we can always change that in actual start and actual finish. Then this all is done. We will just press F9 or this clock button, and then we will press schedule, and our construction house schedule would be ready. Let me show you guys the schedule which has been made. This is the Gantt chart. So this is how your schedule will look like. The red bars show that the activity has been completed, and its location show that it has been delayed or early started or whatever the condition is. So this is how it will look like, and thank you for watching my video. I hope you have liked it and you have learned something. So if you have learned something, please kindly comment that and like my video, share it and subscribe to channel.